Welcome back to the OBR YouTube channel. In this week's video, we're going to be doing the market forecast for the first week of February. In this video, we're obviously going to be going over the fundamental drivers in this upcoming week, such as NFP, because it's the first week of the month. We're also going to be going over our earnings for the S&P 500, and we're going to be going over technical analysis in our favorite indices, individual equities, cryptocurrencies, commodities, and the foreign exchange market. Without any further delay, let's get right into it. So for this week's fundamental drivers, we have ISM Manufacturing PMI and the JOLTS job report starting on Tuesday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Wednesday, we have all-day OPEC meetings. That is very, very important. 8:15 a.m. on Wednesday, we have ADP non-farm employment change. Thursday, 10 a.m., we have ISM Services PMI, Purchasing Managers Index. Friday, we have the average hourly earnings report and non-farm employment change, as well as the unemployment rate, all at 8:30. And as you can see on screen here are the earnings for this upcoming week. Starting off our technical analysis, we're going to be looking at Bitcoin. Bitcoin is in a very interesting spot because it is following the indices at the current moment, meaning SPY. So the reason that is because as the market enters risk on or risk off market environments, Bitcoin and SPY will be correlated in that regard. If you're curious about what those are, be sure to check out my YouTube channel. The link is in the description. And I will also try to tag this video in the corner. So for Bitcoin, we did reach our first take profit zone, which was the high at 33,378, all the way down to 31,000. And this is our Fibonacci cluster. If you're familiar with this channel, you know that we'd like to use Fibonacci retracements and trend-based fib extensions to find where price may reverse when we are in a either correction or in price discovery. So this is our Fibonacci cluster from these numbers that I just said. And then we also, right beneath that, have a support zone, which acted as prior support, obviously, from 30,800 to 28,900. So that'll be our next area if we manage to break below here. We did get a very nice bounce from our first area in the take profit zone, but that being said, I am not convinced by this momentum that we've had here. This looks like it's stalling almost. So I'm expecting a little bit of a retracement back down, perhaps to the other bound of this zone before a continuation to the upside, which if we get that would be our low in Bitcoin and perhaps finally time to go back to all-time highs and higher. Tesla, we've been watching Tesla very, very closely. If you watch this series, you know that. We called for a zone around 808 to 789. We wicked down to both of those levels and retraced soon after that. So we have some resistance, minor resistance in the way right here, but Tesla does seem to actually be done its corrective move. Could it come lower? Absolutely, but it's not likely right now. Once we see, if we see price break above this resistance, I will be rather bullish and look for calls on Tesla or be looking to go long, anticipating an increase in prices. Uber is looking mighty fine as well as we reach the lower bound of this support in this downward trending channel, which we obviously bounced off very, very strongly here on the 4-hour chart with a doji and a engulfing candlestick, which is a strong sign of reversal that I like to use in regards to candlestick anatomy. So with that being said, I'm going to be looking for Uber to find a low here and potentially move higher off the lower bound of this downward trending support. So keeping an eye on Uber very, very closely. Microsoft broke beneath a multi-month support level and is now treating it as resistance. So we need to see what Microsoft does here. If we break back above, that could be quite strong, but more than likely we will see a rejection of this level and a move lower. Delta Airlines, I'm expecting all of the airlines to get hurt quite a bit due to earnings because of Omicron, the new COVID variant, which has been out of the news a little bit, but I know was stalling aircraft sales for quite a bit of time. So we're going to be keeping an eye on Delta as well as the other airlines. I am primarily bullish, but we are not doing too much right now. Ford looks fantastic for potential long opportunities. We broke out of this multi-month consolidation that we had here and then continued higher to make our wave 5. So what I'm looking for now is a move to the upside, potentially back up to this prior resistance zone here at $22, and then a move lower again before we continue to the upside. if we don't just find a low here. Netflix also is presenting a pretty nice opportunity here, just because of the fact that we obviously fell over 25% when they just released their last earnings. Netflix is relatively undervalued, so this could be a really good opportunity for leaps potentially, or just medium-term calls. So going to be keeping an eye on Netflix. And AMD is one of my charts of the week because we finished our, as you can see, I was counting out the entire thing with Elliott Wave here, but we are done our corrective move, it seems. We found a low off this prior support and found some very bullish engulfing candlesticks here, which will most likely continue to yield us in a move higher. That being said, it is going to move pretty in relation to its counterpart, NVIDIA, as we know they are positively correlated. So NVIDIA is not yet done its correction, so we will have to see which one has more buying pressure and forces the other one higher or lower. But I am pretty bullish on AMD and going to be keeping a very close eye on it in this upcoming week. Boeing has completed a 5-wave move lower and found support at this prior support level here that we made in December of 2021. Found a very bullish engulfing candlestick here that will most likely yield us in higher prices, just like AMD, but we're going to need more continuation and a break above this support turned resistance zone before we can confidently say anything. BABA, which looks very, very similar, looks very, very good as well for calls in this upcoming week, finding a multi-month support level here that we've had prior as well, completing an ABC corrective move and finding some very bullish momentum here at the end of day on Friday. So I'm going to be looking at calls on BABA as well. And Coinbase looks really, really great. We just finished what seems to be a WXY or ABC corrective move. This red box that we have here is 3 separate Fibonacci levels all clustered together, which we refer to as a Fibonacci cluster, and is what I use to find a potential area of reversal in price discovery, and that is to the upside or the downside, and this is the downside in this case. So this is a 127.2 level and 2 161.8 levels. And as you can see, we are finding support around here, so I'm going to be looking at Coinbase for continuation in this upcoming week. It looks really, really great. SPY, I am still bearish on SPY until we take out this resistance level that we have here, which we've been holding pretty strongly, and once we do that, we will have to reanalyze, but really, this is bullish on SPY until we break this level at 456.78. If we do break that, then my bias will completely shift to being bullish because that will invalidate our Elliott Wave 5-wave impulse move to the downside. But until that happens, I am still bearish on SPY, and again, looking for areas around 408 to 404. I really, really hope you guys enjoyed this video and pulled some valuable insight out of it. If you did, please like and subscribe, and as always, happy trading.